2022. Presented by Quaker Drive-Thru.
Brandon Donnelly, number 8, Pat Grove, and number 88, Dennis Wood.
How you doing, people? Coming out of turn 4, Rich Dunlap, Jeremy Salinger, Blaze Bacon, and Don Blaze Bacon giving her heart on the outside of Rich Dunlap. Line flag out by Gary Coletti. One more lap to go. Side by side in turn 1 and 2. Here we go on the next stretch. Coming out of turn 4 here, victory winner tonight is Rich Dunlap. To victory lane, the Ohio Solar Connection Victory Lane, Rich Dunlap. Give him a hand of applause. Lights are out. We're going to go green next time around. 8-lap heat race for our modified division. On the pole is number 50, Will. 02, Rick Silva. 77 Mark Striker went through it. And 13. Side by side. And he beats her up to fourth. Good side by side battle with Will Walker and Rick Silver. Side-by-side action between Will Walker and Rick Silver. Heat race at the checkered flag. Walker, Kenny Feaster, Mark Striker, and Wes Kenneth. Line there. Jumped out ahead of Conrad Yoder. Bobby DeWard in second, up in third. Austin Berger fourth. Bobby Patton. Clear from Columbus, Ohio, Wayne Medley. That same exact wall opening night in the same place. third. Bobby DeVore, fourth.
69. Turn 4 with your green flag start. Behind him, number 54, Chase Berkey. Way out in the lead is going to be number 99, Jason Cruz.
Halfway home by Flagman, Terry Coletti, Brandon Thomas in number 8. Pittsburgh, Zach Kogar in 8. Flag out by Terry Coletti. Big screw for the leader. Here on the inside, a fourth shot, Brandon Thomas. Fourth shot came up there again. I hope there's no problems. Bobby Page in third, and Zach Kogar in fourth. I'll turn this mic over to Mackenzie now.
Your number 99, Jason Gruow. And it's for number 4 with the green flag start. Right up on the side of number 19. Number 73.
a second generation driver. Dad is Dennis Wood. Give her a round of applause. That's a girl on that car. It's Kate Wood.
Well, the third quarter, you're going to have a green flag zone. 442, Connor McLean.
For Robert Johnson in that 99 pickup truck out there. Eric Coletti going to go green for Jonathan Heidi, Caden Scott. Oh, Jonathan Heidi going low. Right there in third. Looks like super on the inside. Daughter. Father-daughter racing side by side out there. On the outside of the first feature winner, Jonathan Heidi. Let's see if we go yellow here. After the bad start, we won side by side on the goal line. Coming out of turn 4 is the goal line, and those cars have to be side by side. Green, Dave Scott on the inside, Jonathan Heidi on the outside, Josh up. No button here, no button. Brandon Kraus inside a little. Moved up from the trophy stock division from last year. Third race in his life. The rookie. In our Lucky Long compact division, we got Steve Scott, John's up. And Mike Super. Bum Jr. Very ready for Caden Scott, Josh Huff, and Button and Little Root was side by side out there. Caden Scott. He's still in high school. I know he's like 15 years old, maybe at best. Give him a big round of applause. Coming around for the green flag. We need them side by side. Pick it up inside. Delmar Clark in the lead. Josh Earl starting 23, first time here. Jimmy Rings in that 100. Forward at number 9, Zach Marshall and for Kyle Middleton tonight is Van Weaver. 47. Junior and the 47 filter getter out there. Halfway home. Clark. Alan Delmar Clark. Midvale Speedway. Jimmy Raines on the outside. They're roughing it up out there out of times together here. Record flying out. Side by side, running at the line. James Rain Jr. and Zach Marshall roughing it up a little. Coming out of turn 4, car number 0 should be 69. His father is a racing legend here, Delmer Clark, Hall of Famer, and Craig Mishler's favorite driver. But give Delmer Allen Clark a round of applause.
It's Brenton. It's
Back on the inside. Side by side coming out of turn 2. Here they come off the turn 4. He's going to take it at the line. Nice attempt by Drew Roaming out there, and Jonathan Weber in third. Put your hands together for 82, Ron Button out there, your heat winner. After this, we're going to have a very short intermission, and then we're going to bring our Super Cups in.
Only 3 winners in the field. They start first, third, and fourth. The 44 Ben Upling, this 97 of Jason Ketzmiller. The first of 2, 25 lappers is ready to commence. Green flag is up. Green flag is out. Alpha trailer 2. Gets there, looking to the outside. And on the inside. Heavily inside. Gets going to the outside. Heavily gets going, touching in turn number 1 and 2. By Butler Brothers. Laps to go. Evelyn, Kitzmiller, looking for the green flag off of 4. Green flag is out. Evelyn touching the turn number 1 and 2. Hit into the wall, turn number 1 and 2 for Kitzmiller. Side, green flag is out. Evelyn, Kitzmiller. Evelyn looking to the inside of Clover, then off to number 2. Clover, Evelyn, getting over as the caution comes out with Clover and Evelyn. And 2 laps to go. Green flag is out. Sideways up the track. Bird all back. To the double checker. Casey Kitzmiller and Mike. Heading into Ohio Solar Connection Victory Lane. Led most of the race till the end. 3 cautions in a row. Evan Smith getting together number 3 and 4.
No, not all of the same.
Well, Ben, you now become a multi-time winner here after winning last year, the second feature, when you battled with, I believe, Bob Shack last year. This year it was between you, Jason Kitzmiller, Larry Bird there at the end, Jason Cromer. But you set a new track record tonight. That was probably a big accomplishment after everything over the off season to now this season. Starting out strong. What would you like to thank on the 44?
Definitely like to thank all the sponsors that got us here and all these crew guys. We had a rough week, and obviously the week we had leading up to getting here was about like this race was. I don't know, maybe that Friday the 13th people still got crazy things in their head because I've never seen so many bonehead moves as far as drivers cutting across the nose as they're going in the corner. So, you know, they can do whatever they want, you can boo me whatever you want, but I went in the grass to get underneath the 77, he got loose, and he spun out from there. So they can think whatever they want. I'm glad, and I'm pretty sure the guy told me he was on video, so when they look back at the video, they'll see what actually happened.
So again, congratulations. Top qualifier, picking up now multi-time. And then you guys got a second feature coming up here in a little bit. So again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for all the fans coming out and watching. Thanks for my family. My whole family's here. My brother and his wife, and my friend from high school, and my mom, and a bunch of other people, family from where we're at, originally out in Ohio, made a trip out to see us. So glad we could put it in Victory Lane. Wish it was a little prettier in the pictures, but it is what it is. Glad to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Give a hand to your winner, Ben Ebley.
Man, Eddie, I know you're at that age, and I'm sorry you had to sit over there for a long period of time. But you know, it was the fast 12 laps. Fast 12 laps. Now you can go drink a beer, drink water, whatever you feel like doing. But look at it this way. You still got one more feature. You're tied with Connor, but you have more feature wins than Connor.
Unfortunately, I had some extra Geritol with me over in the truck over there, so that and some Pedialyte. But hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I know the weather was threatening to get us, but God bless you guys for coming out and supporting us. We really appreciate that. And real quick, I want to thank a couple sponsors. We have some new sponsors come on board this year. We have Roger and Karen, Top Notch Feeds, of course, John Doe, Jones Tax Solutions, Snap Auto Parts, Joe Mack Truck Bodies and Cranes. Who else did I miss here? McDowell Homes, yes, McDowell Homes come on board with us this year. We're glad to have those as well. So appreciate everybody coming out. Sorry for the low truck count. We did have 2 of them break in the pits. We've got a couple more under construction. I've got 1 more we're building at the shop, so we'll get some more trucks out here for you real soon. Appreciate you all coming out.
Congratulations. Give a hand to your winner, Eddie McLean.
Austin Burger.
Bob Page. Laying in. Jump on it. He didn't get a lap in, so we'll restart it. Nice job by these drivers. Rick stepping up from Massillon, Ohio.
What a great job. Back to the pits.
Well, congratulations, Rick. You know, you picked up a feature win last year, driving 4 Bowers and all them in the O2. We're here the second week. Didn't get here until basically an intermission. Made a couple laps, stayed in the back during the feature, pulled off halfway through, but it looked like during practice today and heat races and then in the feature, it looked like you guys finally got the O2 tuned in.
Yeah, we really shouldn't even came down there 2 weeks ago. We got back to the garage and control arms were falling off and third link bolts weren't tight. And we just kind of rushed and probably shouldn't have, but we did get a nice little test and tune session that night. We worked last 2 weeks getting everything straightened around, finally getting the setup on it. I want to thank my dad a lot. He came out in the garage and helped me a lot. I had to pull him away from my brother's car. But I'm just happy to finally get back, to victory lane this year. The first one's always hard to get. And, we ran good at the end of the year last year, but then we went down to Ona and felt like we jumped the car out and had to completely rebuild it again. That's what took us all winter to get it done. So I want to thank my wife and kids for putting up with me working on this all the time. And wasn't for their support, I wouldn't be here. Thanks a lot to Tim Bowers and Krause Pizza, Master Transmission, Backlit Speeding, and Tim's Custom Car Center. And my wife, he needed to buy or sell a house. Ricky Subila, Howard Hanna.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Rick Sibla.
Looks like they're side by side. Side by side, going into turn 1 and 2. Good start. Second, number 9, Larry Berg. Control of this race right now. Winner, 97, Jason Kitzmiller. 57, Mike Sampson brings up the tail. Okay, Jonathan Smith got the green flag in his hand. It looks like he's going to start up front. Bob Haswater Sr. and Bobby Bates. it out. We got 2 cars up in the corner, like Tim Dreyer and Tom Fellers. 44 brand design, 75 Monster Plus. Jack Coker, yellow flag out. Looks like 80 cars up down. And Al Grove joins the tail. And we got 1 lap to go with flagman Jonathan Smith, with the white flag in hand.
I know I do. I literally asked. I asked him the same thing.
Okay, we got green. That's Coker and Bob Hayes. Bad break for the 67 car. 58 really giving rough back stretch and the tire blew. So he's going to be charged with a caution, and we're going to try and hook up the 67 car to see if he needs a tire or what. Bob Hatchwater, senior, and Dennis Wood. more to go. We'll see how this goes. Side by side coming out of turn 4. Father, son, team. Dominic comes out in the lead. Dennis Wood goes by. That's the road. Workshop was on a 97. Contact in turn 1 and 2. We got Matt Koger and pork chop Brandon Thomas out there. But this guy, 44 car, he's been driving a couple years now. This is Dennis Wood's stepson, Brandon Donnelly out of Akron, Ohio. Has just won his very first feature ever in racing. And Dad is down there, and I'm sure Katie Wood will stop to help celebrate. But there we go. Brandon Donnelly, his first feature ever. Give him a hand. The Ohio Solar Connection Victory Lane. Thank you, Randy Smart and Kim Smart, for sponsoring our Victory Lane every week for every feature, every win.
Climbing out, give a hand to your winner, Brandon Donnelly.
Hey, do you want this shot now?
Well, Brandon, pick up your first career feature
Somebody
win.
want to set the steps up so they can exit out the grandstand, please? Jeremy, Orland, can you put the steps up so they can exit out the grandstand?
As my boss interrupts me trying to interview you. First career feature win.
Hey, it don't shut.
Started near the front, you're able to keep it up. Well, you actually started mid-pack, if I'm correct. You were top 4 in the dash. So actually, it's a big improvement. Remember, you being, a car that was slowly getting better and better and better. And then after opening night, you weren't here the second week. You're here tonight. You're able to challenge your dad.
Everybody for helping us put this brand new car together. It's the second week out. Couldn't do it without everybody here. Really appreciate it. My kids love it. Well, thank you.
Any sponsors you want to thank?
Thank you. Nephew's Painting, B&W Recycler, Lee's Famous Chicken, SNS, Auto, K&D Creations, UFO Fabrications. And I'd really like to put a special thanks out to my mom and stepdad Dennis for putting this car together for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Brandon Donnelly.
All right, down there in Ohio Solar Connection, Victory Lane, the very first feature of this kid, he's been around here a couple years. This is his first feature ever. Proud family down there. They're all related, them 3 cars. We really want to thank Quaker Drive-Thru and JJ Luke and Angie Luke for being here tonight and sponsoring tonight's show. Most of the show has been a pretty good racing night. We really appreciate our sponsors here, and thank you, JJ and Angie. One into victory lane, Blaze Bacon. Give him a round of applause in our Ohio Solar Connection victory lane.
Well, congratulations, Blaze. You were fast last night in practice. You actually had a hold off the guy that was top qualifier again. He's been top qualifier the last 3 weeks. But it was a pretty good show. You, Roper the third, basically had about a full straightaway over the third and fourth place of Dunlap and Huff. What would you like to think on the 57?
Boulevard lanes, Scott Jarvis, Big D's tires, 2J's garage, Stacy Metcalf. She was diagnosed with breast cancer a few months back, and I threw that on the hood for her because she's nice. She was one of Mike's friends, and this one's for Mike.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Blaze Bacon.
your winner, Scott Witten.
Well, Scott, started up near the front. You're able to keep it going. And only your second race, if I'm correct, or second race 2 weeks ago, you actually had problems after qualifying that you left. But you won the feature. This puts you into the A main next week. So, who would you like to thank on this 84?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Ronald, Phillip, everybody that helped me out. Damien.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Winners.
Heading into turn number 4 with the green flag. One lap to go for your leader, Bob Page. Pulling up to your Ohio Solar Connection victory lane is going to be number 49, Bob Page. Pulling up to your Ohio Solar Connections victory lane is going to be number 3, Kyle Grove.
Coming out of Turn 4, Rich Dunlap brings them in. Jeremy Salinger, Blaze Bacon, and Don Rufner III. Your 4 fastest qualifiers of the night. Blaze Bacon giving her hard on the outside of Rich Dunlap. White flag out by Terry Coletti. 1 more lap to go. Side by side in turn 1 and 2. Here they go on the backstretch. Blaze Bacon on the outside. Coming out of turn 4, your victory winner tonight is Rich Dunlap. Coming out of turn 4 to victory lane, the Ohio Solar Connection victory lane, Rich Dunlap. Give him a hand of applause. Potty mouth Rich Dunlap.
Is Mark Stryker, number X09, Wes Enos, and number 13, Kenny Feaster Jr. Our safety truck is going over to help Randy Gray out. Something wrong with that 27 car tonight. Lights are out. We're going to go green next time around. 8-lap heat race for our modified division. On the pole is number 50, Will Walker. Outside of him, 2, Vanessa McCreary. 02, Rick Sebla. 77, Mark Stryker, Wes Ennis, and 13, Bill. Will Walker and Rick Sebla side by side. Rick Sebla pulling ahead a little down the backstretch. Mark Stryker hanging there in 3rd. Kenny Feaster up to 4th. Good side-by-side battle with Will Walker and Rick Sebla. Good side-by-side action between Will Walker and Rick Sibla, and the white flags coming out by Terry Coletti at the flag stand. Take your pick. Who's going to take this heat race at the checker flag? And Rick Sibla gets him at the line. Will Walker, Kenny Feaster, Mark Stryker, and Wes Ennis. I'm going to turn the microphone over to our young protege, Mackenzie, over here. She's going to give you a few sponsors. Put your hands together for Rick Sibla at the finish line there. We got a green. Bob Schneider jumps out ahead of Conrad Yoder. Bobby DeVorda second, up to third. Young driver Austin Berger in fourth. Bobby Passwater's fifth. That's McCreary. And clear from Columbus, Ohio, Wayne Ebling. Oh, bad break for Conrad Yoder hitting that outside wall.
Coming off of turn 4, we have a green flag. Bobby DeVort on the outside of Bob Schneider Jr. Falling behind him is going to be Austin Berger. White flag out for your leader, Bob Schneider Jr.
Out of turn 4, Bob Schneider is your winner. Austin Berger in second. Bob Passwater Jr. third. Bobby DeVore fourth.
Pulling up to your Ohio Solar Connections victory lane is going to be Bob Schneider Jr., number 69. Heading into turn 4 with a green flag start. Your number 99, Jason Gruel, is going to be taking the lead. Falling behind him, number 54, Chase Berkey. Way out in the lead is going to be number 99, Jason Gruel.
Halfway home by flagman Terry Coletti for 99 of Jason Gruel. Pork Chop, Brandon Thomas in number 8. Pittsburgh Squealer fan Bob Passwater Sr. in 75. Bobby Page 67. Zach Kogar in 58. And bringing up the tail is Chase Berkey. White flag out by Terry Coletti. Jason Gruel is still your leader. Here comes Bob Passwater Jr. on the inside of Pork Chop, Brandon Thomas. Your checker flag winner, Jason Gruel. Passwater Jr. Pork Chop gave up there at the end. I hope there's no problems. Bobby Page in 3rd and Zach Kogar in 4th. I'll turn this mic over to Mackenzie now.
Pulling up to your Ohio Solar Connections victory lane is going to be number 99, Jason Gruel. Big round of applause for your number 99, Jason Gruel. Heading into turn number 4 with a green flag start. Your number 38, Ron Rug, has taken the lead. Behind him is Katie Wood. Coming up on the side of number 19 is going to be number 73, TJ Durher. Katie Wood side by side with your number. Katie Wood has just taken the lead now. Behind her is number 19, Tim Croft, and your number 38, Ron Roof, has went to 3rd place. Halfway home by your flag stand. Terry Coletti at the flag stand.
White flag out. One more lap to go for Kate Wood in number 10. Tim Croft in the number 19. Coming out of turn 4, 15, Tom Fellers is in the infield, not in the way, so we'll continue the race. Checker flag for Kate Wood. Tim Croft comes in second. 38 car of Ron Rug in third, and Tim Dreyer in fourth in the 73 car. But coming out of turn 4, a second generation driver. Dad is Dennis Wood. Give her a round of applause. That's a girl on that car. It's Kate Wood.
Coming off of turn 4, you're going to have a green flag start. Jumping to the lead is going to be number 442, Connor McLean. Turn 4, you have number 57, Rick Brink, looks to have wiped out. Coming out of turn 4, you're going to have a green flag start. Number 442, Connor McLean, jumping to the lead. Side by side is number 99, Bob Johnson, and number 443, Eddie McLean, and number 57, Rick Brink. Your number 99, Rick Brink, has jumped to the lead. Number 443, Eddie McLean, has just jumped to second. One more lap to go for your number 99, Rick Brink. Number 99, Bob Johnson. Pulling up to your Ohio Solar Connection victory lane is going to be number 99, Bob Johnson.
Put your hands together for Robert Johnson in that 99 pickup truck out there. Once again, we would love to thank our sponsor for tonight, Quaker Drive-Thru and JJ and Angie Lute. Thank you. Terry Coletti going to go green for Jonathan Heidi, Caden Scott. Side by side. Ooh, Jonathan Heidi goes a little high, Caden Scott low. They get a little rubbing over there in turn 1 and 2. Josh Huff right there in third. Here comes Mike Stuber on the inside of Tabby Stuber, his own daughter. Father-daughter racing side by side out there in 69 and 5. Caden Scott won't give up the outside. Oh, Tabby Stuber got sideways. We'll have to see if Dad got into her. We're going to watch a replay here. Caden Scott, our new leader. On the outside of him, first week's feature winner, Jonathan Heidi. And Caden got a big jump. We'll see if we go yellow here. That was a bad start. We want them side by side on that goal line. That line you see coming out of turn 4 is the goal line, and those cars have to be side by side. Terry Coletti quick back on it. We're going to go back to green one more lap. The 62 and 00 of Heidi have been warned. We want good starts. We want them side by side at that goal line. So if they try that again, we're going to have to punish somebody. Coming out of turn 4, that's a little bit better. We're going green. Caden Scott on the inside, Jonathan Heidi on the outside, Josh Huff, and Mike Stuber out there, Gavin Roop and Phil Bunton Jr. Phil Bunton's trying to crowd the inside a little. Caden Scott out into a nice lead. He moved up from the trophy stock division from last year. And this is Josh Huff's third race in his life. He's a rookie. Halfway home in this. In our Bucky Mowing Compact Division, we got Caden Scott, Josh Huff, Gavin Root, Phil Bunton Jr., Jonathan Heidi, and Mike Stuber in 69 back there. White flag in hand by flagman Terry Coletti for Caden Scott, Josh Huff, Gavin Root, Phil Bunton Jr. Checker flag in hand by flagman Terry Coletti for Caden Scott, Josh Huff, and Bunton and Little Root was side by side out there. Coming out of turn 4 in our Bucky Mowing Compacts is young Caden Scott. He's still in high school. I know he's, 15 years old maybe at best. Give him a big round of applause.
Hit it, Scott! Scott!
While we're at it, let's thank Jonathan Smith, Terry Coletti out there. And we'll plug Britt Peebles. Coming around for the green flag. We need them side by side. Let's get going, guys. And they make it up at the line. We got Alan Delmar Clark in the lead. Josh Irwin's son, Brenton Irwin on the outside in 23. First time here. Jimmy Raines in that 100. Chris Billiter in number 9. Zach Marshall in 23. The green and white one. 53, filling in for Kyle Fennelson tonight, is Britt Van Meter. Number 6 out there is Nolan Caldwell, and 47 is Don Rufner Jr. in the 47 grocery getter out there. Halfway home for Delmer Clark, Alan Delmer Clark. Nolan Caldwell stops up in turn 2, so we're going to put out a yellow for safety. Welcome Braden Swaney, 57. How you doing? Coming out of turn 4, Delmer Clark Jr., which is Alan Clark in the 0. First time here at Midvale Speedway, Jimmy Raines on the outside. Here comes Josh Irwin, son, Brenton Irwin on the inside. Zach Marshall sliding through the middle. They're roughing it up out there out of turn 4. White flag in hand by Terry Coletti for Delmer Allen Clark, Zach Marshall, Jimmy Raines, and up on the outside, Don Rufner Jr., a longtime competitor here at Midvale Speedway. Checker flag out, side by side, rubbing at the line. James Rain Jr. and Zach Marshall roughing it up a little. Coming out of turn 4, the car number 0 should be 69. His father is a racing legend here, Delmer Clark, Hall of Famer, and Craig Mishler's favorite driver. But give Delmer Allen Clark a round of applause.
It's Brenton. It's Brenton Irwin, not Josh. Coming into turn 4, you're going to have a green flag start. number 82, Ronan Button, takes the lead.
Halfway home, we got Ronald Bunton in 82, 69, Drew Romig, and Jonathan Weber coming up on the outside. Scott in the 84. 17 of Noah Kaufman, and the 33 car Storm Johnson out there, the son of famed mini truck driver 99 Robert Johnson. White flag in hand by Terry Coletti. Coming out of turn 4 is Ron Bunton. Drew Romig on the outside. Jonathan Weber back on the inside. Side by side coming out of turn 2. Drew Romig's making a strong bid out there. Here they come off of turn 4. Who's going to take it at the line? It's Ronald Bunton. Nice attempt by Drew Romig out there, and Jonathan Weber in third. Put your hands together for 82 of Ron Bunton out there, your heat winner. After this, we're going to have a very short intermission, and then we're going to bring our Super Cups in. They come from all over eastern, southern, and northern United States. So we'll have that race coming up soon.
Ben Ebling, Kevin Cromer, Larry Berg, the only 3 winners in the field. They start first, third, and fourth. The 44 of Ben Upling, this 97 of Jason Ketzmiller. The first of 2 twin 25 lappers is ready to commence. Green flag is out in turn number 4 and we're underway. Ebling pulling to the advantage. Kitzmiller to the outside. Battle down the back straightaway. Berg falls in third. Ebling, Kitzmiller battling up front. Top 2, 1-2. Ketzmiller up the track just a little bit there in turns 1 and 2. Berg tried to close the door to make a run. Teammates sit in second, third. Evelyn leading your way in the number 44. Kitzmiller in second. Berg in third. Cromer fourth. And Brothers sitting in fifth with Butler. and Seneca rounding out your field. Ketzmiller getting a little sideways off of turn 2 there. Ebling, Kitzmiller, Berg, your top 3. Cromar, Brother rounding out the top 5 with Butler, Seneca rounding out the top 7. So far, 10 laps and 15 laps to go. Halfway, 13 and 12 laps to go. Ebling, Kitzmiller, Bird, Cromer, Brothers rounding out your top 5. Ebling approaching lap traffic of Butler and Seneca. They're in 6th and 7th. Kitzmiller trying. Oh, Berg spins in turn number 1 and 2. Caution coming out is the number 9 of Larry Berg, spinning on his own in turn 1 and 2. Looks like he overdrove turn 1 just a little bit. Picked up the feature win. Here at Midvale back in 2007. Cromer, Butler, Brothers, Berg, Seneca. Ebling bringing him in slow in turn number 3 and 4. Ketzmiller to the outside at the stripe. Green flag is out for Ebling and Ketzmiller. Side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2. Ketzmiller looking to the outside. Ebling to the inside. Good battle in turn number 3 and 4. Ebling inside. Ketzmiller to the outside. Still side by side. 10 laps to go. Ketzmiller trying to close the door. Ebling, Ketzmiller touching in turn number 1 and 2. Ketzmiller up the track. A good restart by Ebling and Ketzmiller there for the last 2 laps. Ketzmiller opening up the inside for Cromer. Cromer right there trying to do battle. Brothers right there behind Cromer. Berg not far behind. Cromer looks to have a better 1 and 2 than Ketzmiller. Brothers getting a little sideways in 1 and 2. Berg goes to 4th. Here we go. 5 laps to go for Ebling, Ketzmiller, Cromer, Berg, and Brothers, your top 5. Cromer definitely staying on the back bumper of Ketzmiller. In trouble in turn 1 and 2 by Brothers spinning. Oh, contact! Hard hit in turn number 1 and 2 by Butler Brothers. The last completed lap, so it's 22 laps in, 3 laps to go, so it's going to be a green lap, white checkered, not a green, white checkered. Ebling picked the inside, Ketzmiller to the outside, Cromer, Berg, your top 4. Seneca in 5th, 3 laps to go. Ebling, Ketzmiller looking for the green flag off the forward, green flag is out and we're underway. Ketzmiller, Ebling touching to turn number 1 and 2. Hit into the wall on turn number 1 and 2 for Ketzmiller. A rough finish here for the Super Cup Stock Car Series, first Twin 25. Ketzmiller looked like he had a good start on the outside lane, but he wasn't clear of Ebling going into turn number 1. Cromer to the inside. Berg in the 9 to the outside. 3 laps to go. Side by side, green flag is out and we're underway. Cromer, Berg, Ebling, Ketzmiller. Ebling looking to the inside of Cromer. They're off at turn number 2. Passes Berg. Berg stuck in, now in 3rd. Cromer, Ebling hitting over in turn number 2. As the caution comes out with Cromer and Ebling. Ben Ebling, Mike Seneca, 23 in, 2 laps to go. Green flag is out and we're underway. Good battle for second. Here comes Ebling battling back to the inside. Ketzmiller sideways up the track. Bird sitting in second. White flag, 1 lap to go. Berg on that. The back end of Ebling. To the double checkered flag, your winner, the 44 of Ben Ebling. Larry Berg, Jason Ketzmiller, and Mike Seneca rounding out your top 4. So again, if JJ Lute can meet me at the flag stand, please. 44.
Definitely like to thank all the sponsors that got us here and all these crew guys. We've had a rough week, and obviously the week we had leading up to getting here was about like this race was. I don't know, maybe that Friday the 13th people still got crazy things in their head, because I've never seen so many bonehead moves as far as drivers cutting across the nose as you're going in the corner. So, you know, they can do whatever they want, and you can boo me whatever you want, but I went in the grass to get underneath the 77. He got loose, and he spun out from there. So they can think whatever they want. I'm glad, and I'm pretty sure the guy told me it was on video. So when they look back at the video, they'll see what actually happened.
So again, congratulations. Top qualifier, picking up now multi-time. And then you guys got a second feature coming up here in a little bit. So again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for all the fans coming out and watching. Thanks for crew, my family, my whole family's here, my brother and his wife, and my friend from high school, and my mom, and a bunch of other people, family from where originally out in Ohio made a trip out to see us. So glad we could put it in victory lane. Wish it was a little prettier in the pictures, but it is what it is. Glad to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.